RSS, it stands for Real Simple Syndication. And what it does is allows your site to syndicate its content across other platforms. So, for example, I use Google Reader. I don't ever go to like NewYorkTimes.com, but I have probably about 100 different news sites that just for daily news that I have RSS feeds, and it populates them. So anytime the site is updated, my feed is updated and tells me what content is there. So what it means is that, one, it poses a problem for destination sites like the Times or other places, because I'm no longer reading their content on their webpage, and so I'm not seeing their advertising, and their revenue stream is largely cut out. What I am getting is one centralized location to view all the material, all the content that I like to consume on a daily basis. And if I'm interested, a lot of times, it doesn't tell you the whole story. You have to link to it to read more, but it's much more efficient than me going around and surfing every site that I think might be interesting. From a perspective of any organization, I mean, it just means that you have to be more cognizant that it's going to be harder and harder to get people to seek your site out and come back to it. Importantly, they might come once, but to come back to it then is if you actually if your site is RSS, if there's a feed attached to your site, I can then copy that, paste it in my reader, and then see everything that you're updating and go back to it whenever I want.
It's also important that if you're using Twitter, that you set up an RSS feed so that you are notified anytime your organization is mentioned on Twitter, so that, Comcast does it, right? So I put out a complaint about Comcast on Twitter one day. They were calling me, they were emailing me, they couldn't fix my problem fast enough because I had publicly said there was something wrong with Comcast. So you want to make sure that, I want to make sure that I know if somebody had a bad experience at Opera Boston and they Twittered about it, that I can reach them personally and try to somehow make it better, because you don't really want that out there.
I think it's